Hey everyone, this is Derek here, and welcome to your Daily Dose of PUBG Mobile. Today we're going to be talking about the M24 bolt-action sniper rifle, and one of the most interesting features of that gun, the ability to take follow-up shots without having to re-aim down the scope. Now, is this a feature, or is it a bug? Well, it popped up after the 0.4.0 update, and I'm curious. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, because in my testing, I couldn't get the Kar98 or the AWM to do this. So what we'll do is I'll demonstrate exactly what I mean here, and I'll go ahead, grab a couple scopes, and we'll head down to a quieter part of the training mode island to demonstrate this technique. So basically, with a normal bolt-action sniper like the Kar98, when you take a shot, you're actually taken out of the aiming down the scope while you reload, and then you have to go back into the scope. However, with the M24, if you hold down the fire button, you'll notice the first shot acts normal, the second shot goes off randomly, the third shot, fourth, and fifth shot all go off consecutively pretty quickly. And for the third, fourth, and fifth shot, and sixth and seventh if you have the extended mag, you actually can aim down the scope and adjust your aim while you're firing, which is a huge advantage if you're trying to snipe someone, especially someone who's moving from a far distance. So what we'll do now is we'll get a little bit closer to the car, and you'll see that the second shot, although you have no control over where it goes, does go down range. So I suppose it could hit someone. And you'll see here I'm going to fire from the hip, and you'll see that the gun behaves in very much the same way. What's interesting is that there's no animation to actually even rack the next round into the chamber. Instead, the gun just fires like a semi-automatic almost, which makes me think this is unintentional. So we'll go ahead and we'll try it with the car. You see how we go out of ADS, we go back into it, and no follow-up shot. And it's important to note that at this point, I am holding down the fire button and nothing is happening. So now I'm just taking shots like you would normally do with this rifle. But you see, after every shot, you're actually pulled out of ADS, which means that if you are tracking a moving target, especially if they're trying to evade you, those follow-up shots can be pretty difficult to land, which gives the M24 a huge advantage here. So you can see here, I am actually pushing down on the fire button every time because it does not fire automatically like the M24. And I think what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and we will grab the AWM, and I'll demonstrate there how that bolt-action sniper rifle also, like the Kar98, does not fire until you actually go out of ADS, reload, go back into it, and then take that next shot. So obviously a huge disadvantage when you're tracking moving targets. So we'll go ahead and we'll head back to the same area. There's a guy with throwing grenades, so I figure I'll get one to join in on the fun. And you can see here, I'm holding down the fire button right now. I take my first shot and then nothing. I don't take any follow-up shots. So now I'm actually pushing down on the fire button, and that is why I'm taking one shot every time the button is pressed, which is how the bolt-action sniper rifles are probably supposed to function in this game. So here we go. We'll just take a couple pot shots at this guy who's blowing himself up with a grenade, launching himself in the air, and I think we'll miss that. So what we'll do now is we'll recap. I'll show you one more time how well this works with the M24, so you can see I can actually track this guy. The second shot, you're gonna miss, but then the follow-up shots, you can actually just adjust your aim while you're aiming down the scope while you're taking those shots. Which is pretty powerful because of how much damage these sniper rifles do. And you'll see you can actually even ADS while you're firing using this method. So if you wanted to, get your, I don't know really why you want to do that, but that's what makes me think that it's not intentional. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's drive this car up over here, and then we'll just kind of wrap up. But does this make you think that the M24 is potentially a very viable weapon? Because the Kar98 is a lot easier to find, the AWM does more damage, and it's overall just better, and that kind of leaves the M24 out of place. I mean, it doesn't really have the damage of the AWM. It has the standard ammo type of the car, which is nice, but it's a lot harder to find. So I mean, I don't know, does it have a place in the game? Well, with this technique, maybe it does. So this is what I want to get your thoughts on. So definitely let me know, do you think this is a bug or an intended feature? And yeah, if this video helped you out, if you learned something, definitely give it a thumbs up to help the channel grow. And consider subscribing if you haven't already for tons more PUBG Mobile content. My name's Derek G, and I hope to see you on the battlefield soon. or in the Discord server, which I'll leave a link to down below.